are watching Let's Talk Tobago.
We are back at Silver Palms in Bonaccord, this time at the recently constructed K. Lee Villa. Now, I've got all the details about this villa and, yes, your Tobago-centric stories too. I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards, and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Let's explore. Tobago security, a top priority. We'll tell you more about a major collaboration between the THA and the Protective Services. Tobagonians are being encouraged to reduce waste deposits on the island, and we chat with a well-known mentor about International Day of the Boy Child.
Yo, what's up? This is yours truly Positive, and you're locked on to Let's Talk Tobago. Easy, bless.
Keeping our residents and visitors safe is top priority for policymakers and our protective services in Tobago. Recently, Chief Secretary, the Honorable Farley Augustine, held a joint press conference to address security on the island. And we have some snippets to share with you in this next story.
This issue of gang-related offenses is primarily responsible for some of the murders that has recently been perpetrated on the island of Tobago. I have instituted 2 teams of officers led by 2 inspectors of police who have been given the mandate, together with the members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, to rid all corners of Tobago of gangs and drug blocks that are presently causing havoc to our beloved citizens. Life will not be easy, as I ask members of the citizens, law-abiding, to bear with us as we search all vehicles and homes that are causing this disruption to our beautiful citizens of Tobago.
Our efforts in supporting the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service will focus on 4 lines of effort, which includes joint patrolling, targeted operations, increased planning and support for strategy and concept development, as well as community development initiatives so that we build greater resiliency in the communities.
The THA is providing the necessary accommodation for up to about 30 additional officers to augment the strength here on the island. There is also a need for access to vehicles so that they can carry out their task. The THA again is making that provision. In fact, the request is for 4 additional specific to the operations Mr. Hazel just spoke about. The THA is again providing that to ensure that they can complete the task necessary. We are using 2-on-1 to develop an app and to create an anonymous line so that we can have a proper informant system so that one can be assured that you can call and you can relay information that will get safely to the TTPS without being injurious to yourself. That is important. Informant support is important. And we need Tobagonians to play that role if we are to have a dent in crime.
Trinidad and Tobago athletes recently blazed the track at the Dwight York Stadium at the recent Zenith meets. Our crew was there, and we have all the action in this next story.
Quick, clean starts, long strides, and flawless baton passes will have to be the remedy to medal at this weekend's 12th Zenith Relays and Field Events Festival. And it's happening right here at the Dwight York Stadium, Bacalet. Beautiful Tobago, sunny day. And I'm telling you, 17 clubs are competing over the weekend. It's a grand weekend here in Tobago, and we're going to take to the field to see what is running off.
a testament to how far the club has reached to have a to host the 12th Relay Festival in 2023. I mean, as a club, we have always taken a stance that development is our main goal. And to have to host the 12th one, I think, it really speaks to the growth and development of the club as well, and in the Tobago space.
And it has been a staple over the years in terms of competition. It augurs well for the actual long-term season planning for most athletes. When we watch at the raw talent, it comes from the communities that do not really have the resources available to them. When we watch at the Tocos, the Valencias, and you can see Tobago to some extent, because Tobago has one stadium, whereas we have 3 stadiums there that is available to us. So Tobago is a very important part of our athlete development plans, and the more we could get access to Tobago, the more we could get resources in Tobago, I think it will augur well for the long-term success planning for Trinidad and Tobago track and field athletes.
So I'm sitting here with Berenice, and who are you backing this weekend?
I'm backing Kaizen and UTT.
Well, that should be obvious. She has a Kaizen Panthers athlete right next to her, and you've been enjoying the weekend so far, right?
Of course, it has been going very good.
All right, so there you have it. If you missed it, you should come on down. As Berenice said, it's a beautiful weekend, right?
Yes.
So we're broadcasting straight from the Dwight York Stadium, and this is day 1 of 2. Stay tuned. Remember, it's Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Ryan McCool, and it's back to you.
The Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative has been encouraging persons to reduce waste deposit on the island. And just how you can do that, we'll tell you in this next story.
Recycling is a lifestyle. It's something that you probably may not get overnight, but you'd have to work on it consistently to ensure that it becomes part of your mundane routine. And that's why the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is here in the Canaan area to help sensitize persons about adapting that lifestyle.
Even before we started the pop-up series, people have been responding pretty nicely. We are taking recycling to the communities and we not only be in the public space, we also actively involved in the schools program. So and that is where you need to spread the culture through the school, the students, and also with the communities, because the communities have to take responsibility for their waste. And when you get the community involved, they are the best waste managers you can find.
What are some of the ideas you could use at home to recycle?
Okay, sometimes I do a lot of recycling. Like for instance, you know the plastic egg trays? Okay, so the part that is shaped like a half an egg, I sometimes cut that out and I use it to make ice. I use it as ice tray.
Sometimes you buy newspaper and you have a lot of old newspaper because you keep reading them and you want to know what to do instead of just burning them. What I do, I fold them into and make little cups like. I put a little tape to hold it together, and then you put the soil inside of it, so you could culture seedlings inside of them, and when they reach big enough, then you can put them in the ground. The beauty about that, you don't even have to take off the paper most of the time, because by constantly wetting them until the paper is moist, and it's not hard, and that would save you from, buying those plastic things.
The bags that I get here, I actually use as my trash bags. Number one, because it is small, I have to take it out more often. And then, as part of that, I also use one to gather my fresh, vegetables and stuff that I cut off. I gather that in a bag, and so I use that to add to my compost.
So we learned a lot of stuff today about recycling, and most importantly, we learned that you don't only have to recycle non-biodegradable waste, you can also recycle organic matter and turn it into something called compost or vermicompost, which is absolutely beneficial for your garden. For all you organic farmers out there looking for healthier produce, for greater yields, you can try it, composting. It introduces beneficial microbes to your soil. And you could do a lot more at home as well. Remember to reduce, reuse, recycle. So from Isaac and I'm Ryan McCool, and you've been watching Let's Talk Tobago.
Guys, we have to take a break right now, but we have more coming up for you right after this. Stay close. Cayley Villa is a newly built villa located in Silver Palms within Bonacore Development. This villa is your perfect vacation home for the family. Cayley Villa is designed for a vacation of fun and entertainment with a water slide, jacuzzi, outdoor kitchen with all appliances, outdoor karaoke and plenty of areas around the villa for liming. The villa is perfectly located, walking distance to local beaches, bars and restaurants. There is so much to entertain you and the family both in and around the villa.
Yo, what going on? This is Jaronus, and you're locked on to Let's Talk Tobago. Don't touch that dial.
So we're chatting with Mr. Michael Stewart, and he is the Caribbean coordinator for World Day of the Boy Child. Mr. Stewart, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And let's get right to it. So as founder of B-Men, how do you link International Day of the Boy Child and B-Men?
Well, B-Men was founded in order to advocate for the issues of men and boys. So the arm that deals with the boys, we usually cooperate with the World Day of the Boy Child. So what we do, we meet with a number of young men and we interact with them. We bring the information to bear to some of the workshops and programs that we want to do internationally on that scale.
Okay, and what impact does International Day of the Boy Child have on boys in Tobago?
Well, I would tell you that not much. Unfortunately, because we do not put emphasis on it, unlike the other organizations, like when you have International Women's Day, that is sponsored by UN or at least recognized by UN on their calendar. So sponsors, business places will do things for that in order to get publicity. UN does not have World Day of the Boy Child nor International Men's Day. So International Men's Day, that day is listed on UN as World Toilet Day. And the one for Boy Child, which was just recently, that one I think it is written for Day of Peace.
Yeah.
So it means therefore that you don't attract the kind of resources and attention to the boys as you would very well like. So hopefully this year we'll be able to have some measure of awareness and sensitivity towards that, especially when we recently had the crime summit in Trinidad, and they've recognized that a number of young men have gone astray. We may be able to have now some more emphasis placed on it. But we need institutions, government institutions, businesses to come on board in order to be able to give us the kind of fillip that we need.
And what are some of the challenges experienced with boys in Tobago?
But one of it clearly is being brought up by a single parent household, particularly single parent by a mother who may not understand all the nuances that a boy would go through. So, for example, a boy will wake up with an erection. I've met mothers who could not understand why that was so, right? And so they would have a certain reaction to it, thinking that probably this is something that may be wrong, promiscuous and so on, which is natural because a boy's testosterone level is highest in the morning, a man's also. So this is why that takes place. Some of the things that a man would, or a boy as he becomes a man, would want to take charge of, especially if he has a single mother, he tries to take charge of her to replace his own father. And that may come across of trying to rule her. So it is trying to understand all of those things that he goes through. And if we punish wrongly without understanding what the boy may be trying to achieve, it could damage him emotionally and cause him to withdraw. And later on, when they want him to take charge, he's unwilling.
Are programs available to deal with situations like these?
Well, we had, through B-Men, a program called Boys Polishing Camp. In that Boys Polishing Camp, it was supposed to deal with many of these issues. Unfortunately, it was sponsored at that time. We got sponsorship. We haven't had sponsorship for that since then because of probably the economy, etc. So we have not been able to continue. That was supposed to track boys over 5 years to see how they are. There's a current boy, A.J. Allen. I don't know if you've heard of him. J. Allen, he has gone and been the mock prime minister in youth parliament, etc. He came through our boys polishing camp, and he's one of our proud graduates of that program. We would have wanted to continue that as it developed, but we were not able to sustain that. However, for the last 2 years, I have been going to St. Lucia, who saw it, liked it, and putting resources towards it. I am out there again in August, doing it again this year. Unfortunately, we can't do it in Tobago because it costs, right? For example, when you're doing meals, we try for them not to come with meals home because many of these boys, 16 years old, never ate with knife and fork, with their hands. They were accustomed to a box food.
Yeah.
So we want to give them a balanced meal, help them with knife and fork and so on, but that cost to be able to get a caterer, bring in food, etc., for a period of probably 5 days, etc. That's why we need the kind of support from businesses and governmental institutions.
And you have safe spaces for women and girls, but are there safe spaces for boys in Tobago?
Unfortunately, again, no. So this is one of the reasons why we are so much falling behind. And it's unfortunate because I don't think that enough people are sensitive as to what it is causing and how this is going to play out in a number of years coming down. So the answer is no.
And in terms of advice, what's one piece of advice you'd give to a parent or parents as it relates to how they nurture our boys?
I think it is important for a boy to have a listening ear. He feels that if he's heard, he feels that he can now have a voice. And one of the reasons why they have become silent, I believe, is because they don't feel as though they have a voice. And the number one listening ear that every boy wants is his father's ear. And so we need to find out, even when the relationship breaks down between a man and a woman, I think that they must be able to be collaborative enough so that they could recognize our issues should not supersede the needs of the boy, and have him make that connection with the father. And fathers need to take the time off, sacrifice the time. There was one young man who was disruptive in school, and when I spoke with him when his mother brought him in, it was because the father and mother had separated. And so he wanted to be connected to the father. The mother had taken the father to court for maintenance. And all of that was bothering him. They didn't know that. So when we spoke with the father, and the father understood that the boy wanted to spend time with him, even though he lived with the mother, he promised all three of us, the mother, father, myself, if he got to be with the father every so often, like every weekend, they will never have a problem with him again. And he kept his word. The last time I saw the parent, which was about a year or 2 years after, the mother said, he is a model boy. He has never been suspended from school again. All he required was to connect back with his father.
And that's important. Boys being able to connect and stay connected with their fathers. And that's it from us with Mr. Michael Stewart chatting with us about World Day of the Boy Child.
Thank you.
So recently, the world celebrated Mother's Day. And here in Tobago, our Chief Secretary, the Honorable Farley Augustine, brought Mother's Day cheer to women of his division, the Office of the Chief Secretary. The gifts? Very thoughtful. Check it out.
Today, we are going to specially honor all the mothers in my 2 divisions, OCS and Finance. And of course, while we're at it, we're sending greetings to all our mothers all across the country, especially those in my electoral district of Palativere, Lansome, Speyside. So, happy Mother's Day. Let's go celebrate women, motherhood, maternal instincts, and all the maternal bonds that we have. You know, they say, the hands that rock the cradle rules the world. Let's go. So I've just completed my both divisions. Last stop was here where we have records, where we store documents at this very old building of the fort, as we call it. We went through all of OCS, all of the Division of Finance, and we were able to celebrate all of our mothers and celebrate the fact that they are contributing to the development of Tobago. Thank you for being there for me. Happy Mother's Day all. God's richest blessings.
A truly relaxing poolside at Kaylee's Villa. But guys, we've come to the end of yet another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. Now for more of our content, you can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. You can also visit our website at www.tha.gov.tt. I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, thank you so much for viewing and see you soon.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, Tobago, and welcome this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. It is a beautiful Monday morning. I'm really happy to be in your company. Viewers, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning to you, Tobago. Good morning, Trinidad. Those of you viewing in the Caribbean and those of you viewing on the live, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I tell you, it's an interesting Monday morning. It's a little wet and rainy on the outside, so if you're getting out this morning, you need to put on a raincoat or get out your umbrellas. Yes, it's raining in Tobago this morning. Raining in the east, and I understand that we are under a yellow level alert. So I'm saying here, be mindful. We know what happens under a yellow level alert. So be careful out there. Be careful on the roads. I think we've seen enough road carnage for a lifetime. We've seen enough. So I'm saying, drivers, be careful, be mindful, be smart on the roads this morning. Well, viewers, Julian is not with us this morning, but you're going to understand why just a little bit later on. But before we chat about too much, we want to head on over into news in 90 seconds with Candace.
Thank you, Bria. I am Candace Jackson, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Monday, 22nd May, 2023. The Environmental Management Agency announced invitations for public comment regarding the construction of a new hotel on Kilgreen Estate. The 26-acre property, which is 60% covered by mangroves, is located at the end of the A&R Robinson Airport runway with a beachfront. According to documents, Apple Leisure Group is hoping to construct a 500-room hotel for $1 billion. The hotel will be split into two parts, with one geared towards couples and the other for families. While the environmental impact assessment noted that plans to adopt a build with a natural coastal design concept, there remains a concern about the potential degradation, loss, and adverse effects on natural habitats. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago remains under a yellow level adverse weather warning with the passage of a weather system. According to the TNT Meteorological Office, the system is likely to cause flooding from intermittent rainfall and gusty winds that can damage property and threaten lives. All citizens are asked to exercise extreme caution when traversing the roads. This is the first adverse weather warning issued for 2023 and is expected to end at 5 p.m. today. And finally, the opposition called on the government to announce a date for local government elections immediately. It followed Thursday's Privy Council ruling that it was wrong to extend the life of councillors and aldermen, and it was wrong to legislate the postponement of local government elections. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, opposition MP Rudal Munilal said that the government is out of options and should no longer prevent citizens from exercising their democratic rights. Since Thursday's Privy Council ruling, the PDP, NTA, and other political parties also called for the government to announce local government elections. And that was your news in 90 seconds. It is back to you, Ria.
Thank you so much there, Candice, for the news in 90 seconds. And a lot happening in and around Tobago and Trinidad. Candice, you look absolutely beautiful this morning.
Thank you, Ria. So do you.
Any hint? In fact, we're not gonna share too much just yet with our viewers. Why Julian is not here? Why Candice is looking so beautiful this morning? Extremely, just a little bit over the top than her usual self. But we're gonna get into that in just a little bit. How was your weekend, though?
My weekend was a blur because I was knee deep and I was in a lot of work, just doing a lot of work. I didn't really have much relaxation time this weekend, but that's okay.
All right, but here's hoping you can get some time maybe during the week, next weekend, you know.
Yeah, it seems as though probably during the week or the weekend. So
yeah, here's hoping.
But that's okay.
All right, well, all the best to you today, Candice. All right, well, viewers, we're going to head on over at this time into our birthday segment.
This is your birthday shoutouts on Tobago Updates, sponsored by KFC.
All right, and we start things off this morning celebrating Simone McNeil Jack. Auntie Simone out there of Lowlands, Tobago. This is my cousin-in-law, beautiful lady. Happy birthday going out to you happy belated as you celebrated yesterday. So lots of love going out to you. And this is Simone's brother-in-law, Andrew Waldron, who also celebrated yesterday. So, Andrew, lots of love going out to you from Tracy, your lovely wife, the entire family, and all of us here at Tobago Updates. Have a great one. This is my classmate, Egla Roach, who's celebrating her birthday. Egla, lots of love going out to you. Happy birthday to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates. Anderson Charles celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday going out to you, Anderson Charles. And lots of love from all of us here at Tobago Updates. And this is our very good friend out there. This is Ria Orr. Ria is celebrating her birthday, and that's Ria in the colored dress. Celebrating her birthday, and lots of love going out to her from her 3 children. Happy birthday going out to you, Ria. We've got Sean Roberts celebrating a birthday. Sean, lots of love going out to you, and this is belated birthday greetings to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates. Gary Melville, belated birthday greetings going out to you today, Gary Melville. Former Assemblyman Gary Melville, lots of love going out to you. We've got Valda Peters Dove, belated birthday greetings going out to you this morning. And we trust that you have a great one from all of us here at Tobago Updates. Giselle Guzman, happy belated birthday going out to you today, Giselle Guzman. And all the best from all of us here at Tobago Updates. And we've got Kelsey Andrews, belated birthday greetings going out to you, Kelsey, looking good in that blue. Happy birthday to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates. And we've got Candice Nichols celebrating her birthday, and lots of love going out to you, Candice, from all of us here at Tobago Updates. Rebecca Fornelia celebrating her birthday. Rebecca, lots of love going out to you this morning. Trust that you have a great one from all of us here at Tobago Updates. And Anderson Charles is back again. Yeah, we did send out greetings. Happy birthday again going out to you, Anderson Charles. Jameson Charles celebrating a birthday. Jameson, lots of love going out to you today from all of us here at Tobago Updates. Winston Pereira out there of Binbuku. Happy birthday going out to you this morning, Winston Pereira. And this young man here, Astor Kwashi, celebrates 88 years. So happy 88th going out to you today, Astor Kwashi, from the entire Kwashi clan and all of us here at Tobago Updates. And this is my good friend out there in Trinidad, roots from Grenada, Lucinda Thompson, celebrating her birthday. So Cindy, lots of love going out to you today from your sons, your entire family this morning, and all of us here at Tobago Updates. Have a great one today. And we've got some special birthdays. That's right, viewers. Our very own Candice Jackson, Action Jackson celebrating her birthday today, and you wondered why she looked so superb this morning. Now, this picture here doesn't do justice. Today's look is just boom baya, Candace. So happy birthday going out to you, Candace, and love from the entire Tobago Updates family, from your family and your friends. Love going out to you this morning, Candace. Trust that you have a great one. And our guy, Julian Skeet, who is missing in action this morning. Yes, viewers. So I understand there's a lot being planned for him today. That's why he's not here. Laverne Simon, maybe you'll be able to explain it. But Julian, love going out to you. We cannot do this without you. Julian, thank you. We love you. All the best to you and Candace. And this is a beautiful photo. This captures you both really lovely. Two of our celebrants today. We love you again, and trust that you guys have a really great birthday today. We want to know more about it, all about it, Julian and Candace. I guess you'll tell us more tomorrow. All right. So that's just about it. Yeah.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
The Across the Floor Dance Company.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Somebody out there seems to have a very active trigger finger. All right. All right. You know, we're going to get into the rundown. Viewers, we're going to get into a rundown very shortly. But before we do that, I really want to take the opportunity, because this is the first time that we are meeting with our viewers since the very tragic accident that took place on Thursday here in Tobago, claiming the life of two lovely souls, a beautiful couple, Mr. and Mrs. Adams, leaving behind their 3 children. And I wanted to take the opportunity this morning to extend condolences on behalf of my family and all of us here at Tobago Updates to the Adams family. This was tragic, this was unfortunate, and Tobago has been thrust into mourning, the entire island. And there's sometimes no words that you can use to express the loss that one feels. And so this morning we pray God's peace upon the entire family, their children, their parents, their siblings, and all those persons who worked with them and knew them and had all these good things to say about them. Tobago is a bit less after having lost them. And so we continue to pray God's peace upon the entire family. And again, we urge persons out there, we urge you out there, when you're driving, please drive for yourself and the other road users. Drive. The road does not only belong to you. So we urge you to please be careful on the roads. Cell phone use during driving is illegal. All right? Cell phone use. So, and I know a lot of information being spewed out there as to which driver may have caused the accident. I'm saying, hold on, let's get all the information, let's get our facts before we start casting blame on who and what, and let's just get all our facts. All right, before we cast blame where it does not belong. All right, so we're going to get on into our rundown at this time, and we start things off this morning chatting with Assemblyman Ian Pollard, who is the Secretary for the Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development. This morning, viewers, our focus is on an issue that has been in the public domain over the last few days, clearing the air on the visually impaired client with regards to receiving keys to a house, and then questions surrounding whether the keys were returned, taken back. He's gonna clear the air on that issue this morning. And then we're gonna chat with Joseph Jordan, Sergeant of the TTPS, as we focus on the TTPS's update and their home invasions. Of course, we'd like to know what numbers are we racking at this time of the year as compared with recent years. And then we're going to wrap things up this morning, chatting with Nikisha Pear, Kishore Phillip, Aaron George, and all about, they represent this morning the Mighty Sound music video release. We're going to be talking more about that this morning on the program. So lots more coming up on the Tobago Updates morning show this morning. And viewers, remember, it's a little bit wet and rainy on the outside. We want to remind you this morning to share the live, share the live, share the live.
One of the major learning curves encountered during the COVID-19 pandemic was the increased use of innovation and technology to conduct daily functions. This major hurdle affected the country's education sector tremendously, with teachers, students, and parents having to quickly find ways to continue teaching and learning using these means. Post-pandemic, the Division of Education, Research and Technology is finding ways to integrate online and in-person learning and teaching, thus establishing the Hybrid Education Committee.
A committee was put together, made up of persons within the Division of Education, principals, parents, etc., a large, varied stakeholder group, and we are working towards developing a very pragmatic policy guideline to help us to utilize all of the positive things that we got through the pandemic, along with our face-to-face.
This new initiative seeks to reduce teaching and learning loss due to several factors, such as unpredictable weather patterns or another pandemic situation. From early childhood to tertiary level education are represented on the committee, with multi-departmental input and expertise from the division. Technical advisor from DIRTEC, Natasha Second, assured that this initiative is not just another talk shop, and the committee is well on its way to fulfill a seamless integration among all educational institutions on the island.
We wanted to look at all of the challenges and place a solution for each of them. So the guideline or the policy guidelines will meet all of the challenges that we could perceive of.
Ms. Second revealed that the committee, formed in April 2023, has a 6-month implementation deadline, which will include a pilot project in selected schools and the delivery of the completed policy and guidelines.
Are you looking for a place for your loved ones? Heavenly Care welcomes you. Located at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors, we offer a variety of services. These include doctor visitations, social activities, geriatric care, and much more. Contact us at 277-9595 or visit us at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors. At Heavenly Care, compassion is at the heart of all care.
Welcome to Limache Parfait Day Spa, your urban oasis and wellness center. Our services includes massages, treatments, facials, pedicures, weight management, detox programs, and much more. Call us today at 624-1452 or 720-7474. Trinidad locations and Bonacord, Tobago at 273-7772. Let us treat you like the VIP you are.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below. this is your show. More, live more.
Yes, be careful.
Honey, I feel I'm going to start to cook, yes, because these children must be hungry now, right?
These plugs, oh my gosh.
Hey, Richard, hey, come from there, come from there.
What's going on in here?
Oh God, I should have buy extinguisher, boy. What would you do if this happened to you? Dial 990 in case of fire emergencies and always have a serviceable fire extinguisher ready and available at all times.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your lights can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
The Across the Floor Dance Company presents Emotions, Movement of the Heart dance production on Saturday, May 27th at the Shore Park Complex. Come see dances of all genres. Seating at 6:30 p.m. Show starts promptly at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $100. Children 10 and under pay $50 at the door. Tickets are available at Shore Park Complex box office or please call 391-2816 for more information. This is an event for the entire family.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning. Just before our guest gets here, we want to chat a little bit here on one of the issues, one of the major issues that he's going to be coming to talk about, which is the keys. We're talking keys handed over to a client, a Tobago client for a house through the division, and these keys being returned. Candace, maybe you can help us make some sense out of it, because a lot of persons are not understanding out there what happened here. Keys were handed over for our house through the division of settlements, and the same day the keys were taken away, returned.
Well, from my understanding, it was because the client requested some upgrades or just a few little changes to the home just to make it livable for her, because she is visually impaired, and just to make things a little safer. And so, they would have taken back the key so they could have access to the house and do the necessary changes. Because I think one of them is through the door, and instead of just having one full door to have, the half door,
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure if that would have meant that they would have to change locks, which is one of the reasons why they would have taken back the keys. Of course, hopefully when Mr. Pollard reaches, he could give us some clarity on that. However, the keys were taken to do the repairs of what the client requested, what she requested. And not too sure what happened afterwards, why the media was called and why a certain story was given, but that's what happened. And then the division now had to come and sort of do some damage control and to try to bring some clarity to the situation. I will say that though, I think that perhaps the division fell down in communication with her, like as to what's been happening with the slight little upgrades. I also do know that she delayed moving because, you know, she was halfway through the month when she got the house, so she wanted to actually live out the rest of the month at the place that she was renting.
After having paid the rent for that month.
Right.
Okay.
So so she wasn't going to move anyways until the end of the month. So we're not quite yet at the end of the month. So we still got a week and some to go to see what happens. But those are the facts that I've been able to ascertain. Of course, there's still quite a few more questions. And again, that's what we're hoping that Assemblyman Ian Pollard would be able to clarify and give us some perspective.
Most definitely. It seems as though it's a case of he say, she say, because she's saying some things and coming out from the division, we're getting some other information. So it's really to get to the truth of the matter. Because it doesn't augur well for either party at this point in time. So we really want to get to the heart of the matter, the truth of the matter, to know what is what and what has been happening. There's some questions being asked if the division knew that the house was not ready for occupation or for her occupying it.
Well, from my understanding, that it was ready. I mean, the changes were just a few minor changes that she would have noticed. You know, even something simple like remove some of the rugs because the house came with some furniture. I think if my memory serves me right, like she wanted to keep some of her own furniture.
Right.
So which means that the division would take back some of the furniture that they placed in the house. So, you know, it was minor things. It was not to say that they had to, you know, let me say, do over a whole cupboard or, you know, fix the bathroom or anything like that, you know. I mean, it was just a few minor changes to make it properly suited for her.
For her special needs.
Yeah.
All right, because it is our information that she is visually impaired.
Yes.
As a result of that, you know, having a very familiar environment is better for her. So like I said, you know, it's important that we get to the heart of the matter and get to the truth of the matter, so that we are not, you know, we're not out there saying what was not said and speculating. All right, so that's very important for us. All right, so we want to get some feedback from some of our viewers on the live. Some of them have got some interesting takes on the situation and the matter at hand. As we want to hear, oh boy, we want to hear from some of them what is happening. What is their take on all of this? What is their take on this situation for today? All right. Tobago Love says here on the live, Candice, Candice, it was poor communication from the beginning. The social worker was supposed to ensure the home was designed for someone with her disability. And maybe so, but I'm saying here, this was a whole house that you received, and these would have been minor adjustments to have made.
And I mean, if you have ever, you know, moved into a new home or something like that, or even constructed your own home, you know that sometimes there are certain things that you don't notice that needs to be done until you're actually living within the space, or, you know, yeah, like sometimes it's just minor things that need adjustments that you may not have considered, but it's, I don't know, it happens. It happens to everybody. It happens in almost every situation, you know, just to make it that much more comfortable or that much better suited. So, but like I said, it wasn't major repairs. It was just minor things.
Yeah.
So
now, Lawrence Hislop says, do your due diligence. Have a walkthrough with your client. Cover all the bases before you have your official handover PR with all the emotions involved. And I have to agree with that.
Certainly.
I have to agree with that, all right? Knowing that this was the client to whom the house was selected, she has specific needs. So let us find out. What some of her needs would be. I'm just saying here, it may have been a bit rushed. I'm saying here also, although this is a whole house, this is an entire house that you received. But knowing that she came with, I don't want to say but because we understand and they knew that she came with certain disabilities, there's some things that should have been catered to.
Well, Ria, we have a little update on Mr. Pollard. We are getting some information that he will unfortunately not be appearing this morning because he did not get the necessary approvals in time. So that's a little bit disappointing.
A little bit?
A little bit disappointing.
That is very disappointing.
You know, because, I mean, it would have been really nice to have his perspective to really clear the air because, I mean, even in the past when, you know, houses were given out, there were concerns. I mean, there were some people that, you know, were given the keys and literally had the keys taken back after and so on. No, this was not supposed to be a situation like that from my understanding, but it just ended up being that way because of the request of the client. But I mean, again, this was the Mr. Pollard's chance to kind of clear the air.
Yeah, definitely to clear the air, and that's unfortunate. I mean, we would have received I'm sure. I mean, this was not today for today.
No.
How is it now? No approval, but. If this is how they function, that's how they function. Ronaldo Belfont, so she was not. Okay, Tobago Love is asking, he did not get the necessary approvals. What does that mean? Tobago Love, I cannot answer that question. I am not, that is over my pay grade. Tobago Love, what are you asking me? All right. Nolisha Allen says, exactly, Candice, only when you move in, you see things to change. And that's what you were alluding to a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, because, I mean, sometimes, you know, you think it's perfect, it's done, it's set up, but it's only when you're in it and you realize, I didn't think of this, I didn't consider this, and it's usually just minor things. So, but, you know.
Yes.
So I don't think that it was a situation where the technocrats did not do a thorough job in trying to make sure that everything was prepared for move-in, because it was, from all the information, it was. However, she did have a few minor requests. So.
And I guess the division in trying to accommodate those requests, of course, it's going to take some time to be able to fulfill those wishes. All right, Lyndon Mark says, well, it's good to see that Tobago Updates is actually engaging its readers via comments. But we usually do that, Lyndon Mark. We usually do that. Maybe not as regularly as we used to, but we certainly do. All right, most definitely. Ronaldo Belfont says, did you view handover or certain? Yes, we did. It was online. As was indicated, it was online.
Yes.
And so we all saw that. So it was a bit disturbing when we heard reports of the keys being taken back, returned, and there's still some gray area.
Because again, I mean, from all I was said at the certain ceremony, like, we didn't realize, we didn't know that, we had no idea that she even made some requests. And because it was presented that, you know, it was ready to move in. Like I said, it was furniture, everything was there, you know, but this is just a situation.
Yeah, most definitely. Rhonda Robley Job is asking, what approval does he need to speak the truth? You know, and in all fairness here to the assemblymen, whenever they've got to appear on the air, approval must be granted. Approval is usually granted from the chief, the administrator, usually. All right. So we've got a call. Oh, okay. I tell you, some really
interesting Monday morning.
Interesting Monday, but Julian, I'm missing you this morning. All right, so we're going to open up our phone lines. We're going to open up our phone lines and have our viewers get a chance to get in on this discussion this morning. And the numbers to call are on the screen: 284-6597 or 356-8833. Those numbers to call again: 284-6597. 356-8833. You can give us a call this morning. You can get on the program this morning, so you don't have to text and type your messages. We want to hear from you directly. Lyndon Max says, positive solutions. This is a perfect chance for the government of Tobago to rectify this situation. We see here Travis Moses. He has a boss. Liana Afia Adams. They know why he wasn't given approval. Okay.
I have to admit, it does not look good.
All right. Yes, such a disappointment from Pala this morning, someone is indicating. Tobago Love says, I think we need to stop on this issue. The woman getting her keys and about to move in. Tobago Love, I want to agree with you. All right, but for those of you who want to get in on the discussion, please feel free to give us a call. Feel free to give us a call this morning on the numbers that are on your screen, 284-6597 or 3568833. This or any other issue that you'd like to share with us this morning, feel free to get in on the live just before we go to a break. We've got other guests coming up on the program this morning. Ronaldo Belfon says, I'm willing to stand corrected about there being one, but I don't think she was there or knew about getting the property till the morning.
Yeah, I think that it was done as a surprise for her because of how long she had applied, and you know it was kind of being done as a gift towards her.
Now here's what I was saying earlier on. I was saying, but it's a whole house. Now Wallace Tobago is saying majoring in the minors. Lady got a whole house.
She got a whole house.
But Candice, we've got a call on the line. Good morning, welcome to caller.
Good morning, good morning. I really have to agree with Candice when she said that this is something that happens to everyone when they move into properties. I mean, we always see minor adjustments that need to be made, especially in her case. But also say that there is a responsibility for the division of settlements to really communicate with these people in regards to what is happening. We've seen continuously where the communication falls down. And I think the focus here is not necessarily on the fact that the keys was taken back for adjustments to be made, but that we have a communication issues within the different divisions.
All right. Thank you so much. And caller, your voice sounds very familiar, but I want to thank you for getting in on that. I want to thank you for that comment there. We've got another call on the line. Good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller. Okay, I think we may have lost that call. Curtis Cox says, good morning, everyone. To err is human. The situation would be rectified sooner rather than later. Macmillan Lady MC, Assemblyman Pollard should issue a public statement just to update the public. Tobago updates, the person to be interviewed is the new homeowner if she agrees. Maybe so.
I don't know if she would agree to any more interviews at this point in time after everything that has gone down. Like, she does seem to be very much affected emotionally and mentally about all of this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because it was supposed to be a very positive experience. Like I said, she's been waiting for like 10 years. She has her disabilities and so on, as herself has her special needs.
Yeah.
And, you know, finally she has something that she had been requesting for a long time. It was supposed to be something good, and it got tainted.
Yeah. But here, let's hear from our next caller. Good morning and welcome to your caller. Hi, good morning. Caller, are you on the live? Okay, not sure what happened there. But some of what our online viewers are saying, wow, I was sipping my green tea and waiting for Mr. Pollard to come. This is Derek Stanley Daniel. Wow, I was sipping my green tea and waiting for Mr. Pollard to come on and clear the air on this debacle. Now we hear he didn't get the approval to come and talk the truth. Interesting. Tobago Love says, no, I don't agree to interview her. Okay, Lyndon Mack agreed. Tobago Love, Macmillan Lady MC, the division already released a statement. All right, so we've got another call on the line. Good morning and welcome to caller. Hi, good morning. All right, not sure what's happening there. Not sure what's happening there. Some people run with the story before it was clarified. This is sad. One of the viewers earlier on even indicated that there are just some things, that's why you don't put things out there on social media. Because when you do, sometimes the outcome is not always what you expect. And I'm sure maybe we didn't expect this sort of fallout. We didn't expect things to be going in this direction. I don't know. All right, we got another call on the line. Good morning, caller. Hi, good morning. All right, well, that's just about it for calls. We want to thank that caller, or those callers who attempted but didn't get through. Sorry about that. All right, so Candice, I guess we're going to be definitely going to be following this this scenario to see where things go, and hopefully she's going to receive the keys sooner.
And I hope the lesson in this is that of communication, because like I said earlier, you know, whatever the case, she made some requests, great, whatever, that's all good. But there should have been regular updates with her afterwards, so she's apprised of what's going on. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Yeah, definitely. Tobago Love is also indicating here, Julia Brown, Liz went with the information she received. Plus, she had the audio recorded of what the woman said. She tried to seek clarification from the division, but they did not communicate with her. Liz did her job. Hey, Liz, good morning. You did your job. All right. And that's Sir Thomas Sergius Singh out there of Patience Hill, Tobago, living out in New York. Good morning to you, Anessa Thomas Sergius Singh. Say good morning to your hubby and your children for us here in Tobago. All right, so viewers, that's just going to be about it for now. We've got lots more coming up this morning on the Tobago Updates morning show. In fact, we're going to be chatting this morning with Officer Joseph Jordan. He's going to be on the program as we get some updates with regards home invasions in Tobago, and he'll tell us more about what's been happening on the ground, as there is a new sheriff in town. So viewers, share the live, share the live, share the live.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Tobago will never be the same. It's coming strong, but it's tired. This little piggy is tired. It's finally here, Tobago. The adult-only comedy that played to sold-out houses across Trinidad is finally in Tobago. One night only. Saturday, June 3rd at 8:30 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex. Tickets available at advertised outlets. Check press and social media for details. Tobago, the Bacchanal Week.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates morning show. We are live here. We're coming to you live this morning from the 3rd floor Port Mall. You can see us on Gael, M&E TV, Facebook, and YouTube. And I can tell you, viewers, a lot of great and exciting things are coming your way with regards to Tobago Updates. But we're going to let you know later on. Just some quick information before we chat with our guest. To all mass Calypsonians, pan and interested persons of the Canacopia 2023 event, the meeting with stakeholders listed above carded for Friday 19th May 2023 has been postponed to Monday 22nd May, that's today 2023 at 6 p.m. sharp at the Buku Community Center. Due to technical difficulties of the bookings of the facilities we had in mind before we were unable to have the meeting at the scheduled time. We are sorry for any inconvenience caused, but we'll see you at the new date suggested, which is today. For more information, you can call 680-6893. The new date again, today, Monday, 22nd May, 2023. Well, viewers, we're chatting this morning with Sergeant Joseph Jordan of the TTPS, no stranger to Tobago updates. This morning, he's going to give us an update from the TTPS and give us an idea of, where we stand with regards home invasions in Tobago. Good morning and welcome to Sergeant Jordan. I almost said Thomas. Where did I get Thomas from? Sergeant Jordan, it's good to have you.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago, if you're not listening audience, wherever they are around the globe.
All right. Well, like I said, always good to have you on the program. Now, let us talk a little bit here. We're talking home invasions, and I understand that this weekend the TTPS was on the ground. You all carried out quite a few exercises throughout the island. Give us an update on where things stand.
So let me just do an overall update as to where we are currently. All right. So the Tobago Division, we have a reduction in our SRCs, serious report crimes. All right. So in 2022, we would have recorded 306. That's for the period January.
And this is serious crime.
Serious crime, right? 306. For this year, for the said period, we now have a recording of 218. So we would have a 29% decrease. All right. Our detection rate, however, although our SRCs are being reduced, our detection rate is also low or falling because it currently stands at 24%. Right. Some of the prevalent crimes that are affecting the Tobago Division includes murders,
right?
Obviously, larceny, dwelling house, and fraudulent offences. We have seen some increases in those areas. As relates to murder, when we compare that period of January to May, we would have recorded 2 murders then. For that same period, this year, we would have had a total of 6, unfortunately. So we are seeing an overall reduction because a murder is also classified as a SRC. But because of its seriousness, and this is what a country or this is what persons are interested in, it tends to stand out. But it is part of the whole aspect of the serious report crimes. So we have had some challenges with that, and we continue to push back against those crimes. And even on a more positive side, as relates to firearms, last week, Thursday, we would have recovered a firearm in the Coral Gardens area, Buku. And that would have been 1 pistol with 13 rounds. So once again, we have to thank the officers of the Chauvin district, the officers in the Tobago Division, for at least taking 1 firearm off the ground, which would have taken us to a total of 6 firearms off the streets for the year thus far. Let's divert a little bit into the fatal RTAs. Now, we have also recorded 6 fatal RTAs for the year. Condolences to the family of the Adams family. Condolences to the Division of Finance, as well as our comrades in the fire service for that untimely death that would have transpired last Thursday. So investigations are going on into that, and we will ensure that if there is any negligence, they will be dealt with accordingly. So that is where we basically are thus far in the Tobago Division. Or a quick note, not even a note I should say, and a further update. Last evening, Golden Lane would have had its harvest, and we have reports there were 2 shootings in the area where 3 persons in total were injured. They would have suffered gunshot wounds. They are currently at the Scarborough General Hospital, and this is 2 separate incidents that would have happened last night in the Golden Lane area, that's in Moriah district, and also in the Chauvin Road district, we had a robbery at Pizza Boys, where that was 2 gun-toting personnel would have accosted the cashier and relieved her of, or the establishment rather, of over $2,000. So investigations are ongoing in those unfortunate incidents, and we are asking once again for the public to reach out to us and give us the necessary support. And if you see something, say something.
All right, and let's talk about the detection rate. You know, are persons being charged for some of these crimes? Are you capturing? Are you finding out? Is the TTPS getting to the bottom of some of these crimes?
Right. So yes,
Petty or not?
Yes, we are. However, as I would have indicated, it has been reflected in our overall figure because it only stands at 24%. So therefore, that our detection rate is much lower than last year, which we were in the region of between 35 to 40% in 2022. So this year we are seeing a much lower reduction in our detection rate. Let's, for example, murders. Now we would have had 6 murders thus far, and we beg that we don't have any more. But we were able to solve. Currently, only 1 has been solved. The others, generally, when it comes to murder, your investigations must be very detailed, and you must be precise in bringing these charges. So there are instances where we bring in suspects, interview them. You may have to release them until you get the evidence to bring them before the court of justice. So we are working on that and in bringing our detection rate up and ensuring that perpetrators are brought to justice, because when a crime occurs, it means that, and they are not caught, it means that they go out there and continue to commit crime. Even in instances where persons are brought before the courts and they are granted bail, while they are on bail, they continue to commit sometimes the same crime or other crimes. So it's like there is no improvement in as relates to these persons in their life, because they are not learning. There are no sort of rehabilitation taking place, so they continue to do what they are accustomed doing, and hence it affects our crime statistics and the way of life in Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, so what should the public be mindful of? Because I mean, and this is, we're talking here about crimes within Tobago. There's a lot of guns. Every other day there seems to be some type of shooting in Tobago. And this was unheard of before. Now we're seeing guns on the streets in Tobago. What is the TTPS doing to remove?
Right, certainly no. It has become a thorn in our side. However, we intend to remove that thorn. We have engaged in a number of policies and strategies in treating with this proliferation of firearms. Now it is basically centered around the gangs, this whole gang culture, that is plaguing Trinidad and Tobago. Now we must consider Trinidad being our big sister isle can and will continue to influence the culture of Tobago. And when we have things happening in Trinidad, there is the possibility that it can also happen in Tobago. So we cannot bury our heads in the sand and say that Tobago don't have gangs or they may not be influenced. So the gang culture, which is drugs and guns, are definitely impacting on us. However, we would have met with various stakeholders, security stakeholders, and we have put things in place. We have upped our patrols. We are working in collaboration with all the agencies under the Ministry of National Security. So you will be seeing greater presence. You will be seeing results, because we are at a stage that we cannot use that. We cannot be reactive. We have to be proactive in what we do, and we are going to target, for example, the drug blocks, because that is where most of our challenges lie. So if, for example, we look at that incident that unfortunate death of that young man down at Mount Pleasant, where he was shot on the road, it was as a result of being on the block, gang-related drugs. So those are some of the motives that are causing the havoc on the island.
Now, I wanna share with you a comment on the live here. One of the viewers says, "Why would the public reach out to you, the TTPS, when you cannot protect them?"
All right. So I often say, the police comes from the community, and the community is the police. How are we going to solve crimes if we don't share information? The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have a duty-bound purpose of protecting its citizens. And through our various mechanisms, there is no perfect system. However, what we ought to do is to ensure that we work together with our partners to ensure that we can reduce crime. We have a responsibility to push back. And this pushback must be a holistic approach. It isn't one hand, as we often say, one hand can't clap. So we need the support of the public, and whatever information is shared, that is the information that is going to be used. While we do our work as relates to intelligence and information, we would also need the support of persons, because we have seen it on several occasions where there are instances where there are murders between, let me say, rival gangs. Nobody sees anything. However, if it's an incident involving the police and even a gang member, we often hear the term, or they're too wicked, and these kind of things. So is it that the community intent is bent on supporting criminal activities, or are they intent on supporting the police actions in trying to reduce crime and bring these perpetrators to justice?
And I hear what you're saying, and oftentimes these persons come from within the communities.
Yes.
These are the sons and possible daughters of active community members. All right, so it seems as though the responsibility is not on the criminal, but
on the police.
On the police.
All right, and we are called to a higher order. There's no dispute in that. The police is not an agency, an organization that will go out and behave in erratic and unprofessional manners. No, we would have our challenges because, as I said, no system is perfect, no person is perfect. However, we have a standard to keep. We have our values and pride, and we have to ensure that we continue to work along the professional path in tackling and solving crime. As it stands, what we are aiming for is for a proactive approach, and that proactive approach is through community relationship, community partnership, because we cannot continue to wait until something happens and then we are almost defeating the purpose of crime fighting.
All right, let me just share two comments here. I'm not going to share all of it, but Lyndon Mack seems to have a lot to say this morning. Officer Joseph, the public will not give you info when you cannot protect them in real time. Several years ago, someone in Tobago reported drugs to the police. Police today, they are dead. Challenor Birchwood says they need to start doing random searches on the ferry while transiting from Trinidad to Tobago. Do random roadblocks at night, even in Tobago East, which happens. I live in Tobago East, and trust me, that happens very regularly. Use the Defense Force and Coast Guard to guard our coast and tourist areas, create a visible presence, and I have to agree with that, that there be a little bit more in terms of the searches on the ferry to and from Trinidad. Use the Defense Force and Coast Guards to guard our coast, because guns you don't sow a gun seed and you reap a gun tree. All right, guns are coming in from somewhere, and I find it very challenging to understand how is it they're coming in when we've got a TTPS, we've got the Army, we've got the Coast Guard, and I'm trying to understand how, and I feel as though, this is just me, but as though somebody has to know that these guns are coming in, and somebody has to know where these guns are coming in, and somebody has to know the time, and somebody has to know.
All right. In response, let me just start off with the comments. Now, out of the three mentioned topics, now the police and the Tobago Division, we are doing those things. We are searching the ports, we are getting fines, right? We are doing random roadblocks, we are searching homes. What we would see, and also we are working with the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. We are doing all of those things. What we would do further is increase the intensity to which it has been done. Now, many of our law-abiding or public citizens, when actions are in or intensify, we tend to cry out for inconvenience. And however so, when we conduct our road traffic accidents, you find people talking, so they are not else to go and where they are look for the bandit and them not hiding in the bush. But at the end of the day, policing is a holistic approach. Traffic offenses may be trivial, but out of a traffic offense, you may find somebody moving with a gun. You might find drugs transported in our vehicle. And this is why we have to target our streets. Our main roads, our minor roads, our secondary roads, we have to target them. And these suggestions are welcome, and I rest assured that they are being done. As it relates to disease, that responsibility is one for the Coast Guard. Our main function is to ensure that the law and order is preserved inland. So if whatever firearms are on land, we will try our best to remove them, while the Coast Guard have their role and function to secure our borders and to ensure that illegal persons or illegal immigrants, drugs and firearms, it should be very difficult for them to get into our country. So everybody has to play their part.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it there. I want to thank you this morning, Sergeant Joseph Jordan, for being on the program with us this morning. And all the best to you. And I'd say here, damned if you do, damned if you do. Damned if you don't, damned if you do as a police officer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, do what you're called to do.
Yes, and that is what we have to do. And this is what I continue to say, we have to partner. And if we keep promoting negativity, then we're going to get negative results. We have to trust one another. All right.
Well, thank you again for being on the program.
You're welcome.
Lots more coming up this morning on the Tobago Updates morning show. So viewers, share the live, share the live, share the live.
Call fire. What's the number? Oh, God.
Fan emergency, good afternoon. You said the building is on fire. Are there any persons trapped? 4 persons. What is the address of the call, ma'am? Number 4, Candy Drive, Pier Road. Can I have your name, please? Miss Bihari. Thank you, Miss Bihari. I'll be dispatching an appliance. Central Control from Fire Control.
Go ahead, Fire Control. Central Control is receiving over.
Central Control, have a plans and crew. Respond to our residential fire. Same is at number 4, Candy Drive, Pier Road, Chabonas. 4 persons are trapped, 2 adults, 2 children. They weren't able to make contact with fire service, so she called on their behalf.
Transmission received loud and clear. Operator at Central Control, 3463. Firefighter Wiley, Central Controller.
Create an evacuation plan for you and your family and practice your escape. Always ensure you have more than one way to safely exit your home. Your lives may depend on it.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Tapicom. Welcome to the future. The only card you will need in a new world. Digital business cards. Safe, hassle-free. The future is here. Tapicom, new generation digital transfer. Digital time clock cards. digital attendance cards, air tags, customized designs, digital clothing tags, digital pet tags. Tapicom. The future is here. Contact us today.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates morning show. We're chatting this morning with some lovely persons. This morning, our focus, before we introduce our guests, our focus is the Mighty Sound. And this is a music video release. We're chatting this morning with Nikisha Pear, who's a singer with the Mighty Sound, Kishon Phillip, master and mix the Mighty Sound, Aaron George, who is the music producer, and yeah, that's it. Good morning and welcome to you guys.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. And I think it's important that our viewers know here that you are all visually impaired singers and artists and who have put their hands to this music video. Let's start this morning, but I have to say congratulations to you, and we're pretty excited to hear what you guys have been able to come up with and what you guys are going to be delivering to Tobago today. So let's start this morning. Let's start with the music producer, Aaron George. Who's Aaron? Aaron?
That's me.
That's you, Aaron. All right. Aaron, let's start things off with you this morning. You are the music producer. What went in place? What did you have to put in place to get this this sound delivered or produced?
All right. Well, I'm going to give you a bit of pardon. My name is actually Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. It's a matter of pronunciation. My apologies.
Aaron.
Okay, Aaron. I like Aaron.
Right. Don't ask. I don't know how they came up with that. But the song, when I first, they first brought it to me, it was already written and outlined. And when Nikisha sent me, well, she sent me a voice note, and she says, Aaron, I need an instrumental for this song. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go again, because she usually brings very interesting projects to me. And so she sent me the voice note, and I was like, I hear a lot of orchestration and a big sound for it. And when she gave me the, I guess the rationale behind the song, then I said, okay, well, this should fit. So I went off for about a week or so, and I really started just going over the song, the possibilities in my head, and then I put down the keyboard, well, piano first. So usually that's how I produce. I would start with a piano or maybe a guitar, but some fundamental instrument that I can have the chord progression established in my mind. When I sent it to her, she was like, oh my gosh, it sounds really good. And then I was like, all right, cool. So I left her with the piano version of it, and she would have practiced the song. I had to do a lot of editing with the voice note she sent me in terms of shifting it around a bit to get it to flow with the instrumentation that I had in mind. And then after that, I added some strings, some flutes, some horns. As the song indicates, it's called Mighty Sound. And then I added some Foley as well, like some bird effects, some forest effects, some water brook effects, just to kind of fill out the tapestry of the mood of the song. And after I was complete with the instrumental and I listened it back, I was like, who did that? Because it was actually the first time that I did orchestration for someone to sing along with. I would have done orchestration a while in the past just as an intro for an online podcast, but not anything like this. This had some movement. It had it told a story, you know, and I just wanted to go along with what the words of the song would have said. And you know, Nikisha, she really delivers, and then Keyshawn would have just brought it out with the mixing and mastering, you know. So the team was really, really instrumental in bringing out the final sound. And I keep telling them every time I hear this song, I keep asking myself, where did that song come from? You know, I keep listening to it and I always feel like it's somebody else did it.
All right.
So that's my
yeah.
short version of the story.
All right. Now, and I'm glad that you shared on that there, Aaron. And I'm not gonna make that mistake again, Aaron George. And so we want to chat a little bit here with Nikisha at this time. Nikisha Pear. Nikisha is the singer. Nikisha.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
We are able to hear you. We are able to hear you. So Nikisha, you would have come. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Right.
All right. So tell us the mind behind the lyrics of this song.
Well, the writer of this song is Miss Jennifer Araho. You know, she came to me with the words and said, Nikisha, I have this beautiful song, and I would love you to just, you know, put some melody, and I would love for you to sing it. And I must admit it was a challenge, but it came out beautifully, and I feel so blessed to be a part of this project and to be the voice behind this song.
All right. And in terms of the story behind it, what is the message in the music?
The message in this music is what I understand from her. What she envisioned is that day when Jesus comes, that sound, that mighty song that we know that we will hear when he comes. That is captured in this song. It's about her in her garden and she's tending to her plants and, you know, and then she heard that mighty sound and, you know, the transformation in the body, in our eyes, you know, because we can't see, but we can imagine, you know, at that time that our eyes would be open and, you know, we would behold the beauty and the glory of our God. And, you know, even though it may not be an experience that we sing about, it's an experience that she's waiting for. So I think it's beautiful and we love sharing it with you guys today.
Well, I'll tell you, we're certainly excited to hear the song and the sound this morning. We're pretty excited to hear the mighty sound this morning. But let me chat a little bit here with Keyshawn Phillip. Keyshawn, you are the master and mix master. How do you term it, of the mighty sound?
Pleasant good morning. You hear me loud and clear, right?
We're hearing you loud and clear.
Nice. So the terminology is mixing and mastering engineer. And when this project came to me, the first time I heard it, I was like, you could do this, boy? You could really do this? Because I'm accustomed mixing and mastering like dancehall and soca and those kind of things. So when it was presented, I actually had my doubts in the beginning. And I started off mixing with the keyboard because I love to start off my mixes with sentiment, the instrument that carries the song. And I continued piece by piece. And eventually it started to come along pretty well. Like I shocked myself. And my goal was to enhance what was brought to me. So Aaron put down the keys and everything, and the song.
Okay, I think we lost you there a little while ago. But certainly there, Keyshawn, you continue to do what you're doing. We also have on set on the screen with us Jennifer Dowlat Arahu, who is a writer and executive producer. Jennifer, can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning to you. So you are the writer. You're the writer of this song, yes?
Yes, I am.
All right. We want to know this morning What were you? What was going through? What experience led up to this song?
Well, my name is Jennifer Dolatara, as you said, and at the age of 19, I became totally blind. I could have seen then. And during my teens and early days in primary school, I used to write a lot of poems. And while I was in Canada, I wrote a poem and I gave it to a special lady. And anytime she would have seen me, she would have said, Jenny, I have your poem up on my board at home. And every time I would read it. And as I get to know Christ as the years go by and reading the Bible, I kind of remember the song, but I didn't keep a copy of it for myself, the poem. So I tried flashback to get back something close to it. And this is when recently I just sat down and tried to bring back as much information as I could about the song. It's about somebody who lost their sight, gained their sight when Christ came and was taken up with the saints. So that's the background of the song, because this person, she appreciated the song so much. I tried to, bring it back. I know it's not the exact thing, but it's close to.
But and what made you decide to have this collaboration with these particular individuals? What was so special and unique about having this group, this core group of persons, work on that project for you?
Well, I know talking about Nakisha, I knew that she gave her life again once more to Christ. And I heard a song on the YouTube, and I had these two poems. She did a first song for me, and this is the second. And I never did meet Nakisha in person, but I just enjoyed her voice.
Right.
And I phoned her and I told her I have these two songs and I'm interested for her to do my songs. She said, sure. And then, well, through her, we got Aaron George. Well, I knew of Aaron, but I didn't know him personally. Through my work, I knew of him going to high school and so on. And Keyshawn, well, I knew him from Baby, and he is he has a musical background, and his mom and I are close friends, and and that's the way the four of us came together.
All right.
And
Well,
I
I
think
have to
it's
say,
so special that four visually impaired people came together to do this song and the previous song that I did as well.
all right.
I appreciate it so much. How the talents that God bless us with in continuing life and having a purpose to live.
That's right. And at the end of the day, that is what matters. So I want to say congratulations to you, to all of you. And this is here, the Mighty Sound. All right. And we're going to be hearing the music release even as we're wrapping the show up today. So all the best to you. And congratulations once again. And we certainly look forward to what you have got to offer Tobago and all of our viewers today.
Yes, thank you very much. And thanks for having us.
Our pleasure indeed. Our pleasure. All right. So we're going to be wrapping things up this morning with the Mighty Sound. Viewers, I'm definitely excited to hear. And so we want to thank you so much for joining us today. We've got GMT coming up, but we've also got Tobago Notes, and then over to GMT with Candace. But even as we're wrapping up Tobago, I'm saying have a great day, stay safe on the roads, and remember to tell somebody that you love them today. Tell somebody that you love them today. You never know when it's going to be your last. So lots of love going out to you, and we head on over to the Mighty Sound.
Transformed in the twinkling of an eye. I was taken through the beautiful blue sky.
inventor of the U-Dazzle fashion ruler, Mrs. Rona Eastman Jack, is Tobago's foremost authority on intellectual property rights. She's sharing the benefit of her experience with Roxborough secondary students.
One of the greatest benefits is licensing my product to a company in Denmark. And if I didn't have the protection for it, he would not have taken it. So, and then I have the benefit of now looking to license in the United States. And even with my trademark, that's one of intellectual property rights. My trademark now is in multiple countries because of the Madrid Protocol. You have to have intellectual property, you have to have proof of ownership. And if you don't have proof of ownership, they will not take your product to license or sell it as an invention, because you could be an infringement on somebody else's own, and they don't want that. The companies that you will license to don't want that problem.
It was inspiring to me that I got to meet one of an inventors from my country. So it was inspiring for me.
This year's theme is Women and IP, accelerating innovation and creativity.
If you have it protected, then you skip the having to prove yourself, and then you would be able to say, no, I have my trademark for this. I have an industrial design. I have a patent. I have my poems or my book is copyright protected because it's original work. Your pictures are original. You know, you would be able to have those particular rights.
April 26th is World Intellectual Property Rights Day. Lectures were conducted at Roxborough Secondary School and Goodwood High School to mark the occasion.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denise. Let's go, go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. The Environment Management Agency announced invitations for public comments regarding the construction of a new hotel at Kilgren Estate. The 26-acre property, which is 60% covered by mangroves, is located at the end of the A&R Robinson Airport runway with a beachfront. According to documents, Apple Leisure Group is hoping to construct a 500-room hotel for $1 billion. The hotel would be split into two parts, with one geared towards couples and the other for families. While the environmental impact assessment noted plans to adopt the build with a natural coastal design concept, there remains concern about potential degradation, loss, and adverse effects on natural habitats. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago remains under a yellow level of adverse weather warning with the passage of a weather system. According to the TNT Meteorological Office, the system is likely to cause flooding from intermittent rainfall and gusty winds that can damage property and threaten lives. All citizens are asked to exercise extreme caution when traversing the roads. This is the first adverse weather warning issued for 2023. It is expected to end at 5 p.m. today. And finally, the opposition called on the government to announce the date for local government elections immediately. It followed Thursday's Privy Council ruling that it was wrong to extend the life of councillors and aldermen. It was wrong to legislate the postponement of the local government elections. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, opposition MP Rudal Munilal said the government is out of options and should no longer prevent citizens from exercising their democratic rights. Since Thursday's Privy Council ruling, the PDP, NTA, and other political parties also called on the government to announce local government elections. And that was it, news in 90 seconds. And viewers, like I said, there's so much happening there in the world of politics. And within our little space here, we got some conversations to get into, even about that hotel that's being proposed at Kilgwin. But we're going to get into that and a few more other things when we come back from this quick break.
We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated one.
Are you looking for a place for your loved ones? Heavenly Care welcomes you. Located at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors, we offer a variety of services. These include doctor visitations, social activities, geriatric care, and much more. Contact us at 277-9595 or visit us at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors. At Heavenly Care, compassion is at the heart of all care.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
The Across the Floor Dance Company presents Emotions, Movement of the Heart dance production on Saturday, May 27th at the Shore Park Complex. Come see dances of all genres. Seating at 6:30 p.m. Show starts promptly at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $100. Children 10 and under pay $50 at the door. Tickets are available at Shore Park Complex box office or please call 391-2816 for more information. This is an event for the entire family. Welcome to Limache Parfait Day Spa, your urban oasis and wellness center. Our services includes massages, treatments, facials, pedicures, weight management, detox programs, and much more. Call us today at 624-1452 or 720-7474. Trinidad locations and Bonacore, Tobago at 273-7772. Let us treat you like the VIP you are.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show. Everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause 'cause this is your show. More, live more.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard, I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
October will never be better with Tobago Carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over. Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Well, viewers, we are turning now to some news of tragedy coming out of Guyana. We are receiving reports of a fire at a school dormitory out there where, unfortunately, 20 children, I should say, have lost their lives. And to give us some idea of what's happening, some more details, we are connecting now with the Mamara Waves publisher, Mr. Danish Shabal. Good morning and welcome to you, sir. How are you this morning?
Well, good morning to you, Candice. From Georgetown, Guyana. We're just about 100 miles northwest from where the fire occurred sometime early this morning. We are told by government officials that 20 children have perished in that fire, and at least 7 others were seriously injured. They have all been air dashed to Georgetown to secure advanced medical treatment at the infectious disease hospital, which is nearby the Ogle Airport, and also the Georgetown Hospital. The authorities are saying that so far they have no indication about the cause of the fire, but what is clear to me, according to my sources, is that there was a serious water shortage that faced firefighters. So that might be one of the reasons for not being able to contain the blaze as far as possible. But equally important is the fact that the girls' dormitory where the fire occurred was grilled with metal grills.
Wow, that's such sad news this morning. At what time did this fire occur?
Well, we got first indications just about 1 o'clock this morning, so it may have started sometime after 12.
And what are the ages of the girls that were trapped in there?
Oh, we have no idea what are the ages, but of course they're secondary school students, so it's one's guess up to now about the age range of the occupants of the building.
Wow. And what are the authorities saying at this point in time? Because I think I saw something from the president. He just released a statement. So I don't know if you could give us some update as to what some of the authorities are saying right now about that fire.
Well, the president did say it was a very disastrous event, and of course, they will spare no effort to ensure that those who were injured are brought to Georgetown, and that there was an emergency medical outpost that was being set up at the Ogle Airport. There you have it, one of the pictures from the fire scene. Very tragic indeed, especially for those candidates, those parents and guardians who are miles away from where this fire occurred and may not be easily getting information, probably low information at this point in time, because Guyana is such a mountainous and hilly area in that part of the country, that is. So what you find is that a lot of people would send their students to Madia from other parts of the interior in that region, and so they're more or less on their own. They have no connections with their parents or their guardians because of the vast distance and telecommunication is still very poor in a number of these areas. So you'll be unable to, say, get any WhatsApp call or any access to websites. So as this news seeps in during the course of the day, as officials take the next step of going to reach with the parents and guardians, this is going to be a very traumatic experience for those parents and guardians.
Could you give me an idea of what kind of a school? What is it? Is it a boarding school? Is it a school for any special needs? Like, just an idea of who
No,
some of these students were.
it's a regular secondary school. It's a boarding school because, as I said, this school basically caters for students for children who are coming from a large catchment area that is remotely located in other parts of that region. That area is mountainous. It's hilly. It's very, very vast, very remote from the coast. So contact is not so easy. But indeed, it's a regular high school, but catering for people within a particular catchment area.
And what is the feeling on the ground? How what is being said at this point in time in regards to the fire?
Well, I think there's a general sense of sadness and to some extent disbelief that 20 children can die in a fire. But the reality is that the dorms, the dorm building was grilled, was heavily grilled. So exiting at that hour with all of the pandemonium, I'm told unofficially that at least 140 children were in that dorm. So you can well imagine the panic mode and all of that, which would have no doubt contributed to the demise of many.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Dennis, for giving us this update. I know you've got to go off to another interview and give some more updates, but it's certainly a tragic situation. Our condolences, our best, our heartfelt, wishes. It's such a tragedy. Go out to the families, especially of these children. 20 children, all girls.
Yes.
20 young girls. Such a sad situation unfolding right out there in Guyana. Thank you so much, Dennis, for giving us that update.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
All right. Well, viewers, there you have it. Just an update of a tragedy unfolding out there in Guyana. I mean, that's hard to imagine. 20 children. And we still don't know how many more are injured, but they have so far confirmed 20 deaths. And it's certainly a situation that we are going to be following. I mean, it's one of our neighbors, and I don't know, the words kind of fail me right now as to what's happening there. But from what we know, there was a fire around, they got the reports around 1 o'clock this morning at a dormitory of the school. And unfortunately, there are multiple deaths in the mountain of 20. Hopefully there are no more, but we will, I guess, find out more as the day goes on. Well, switching gears now to Tobago. So we have what's happening here with the hotel that's being built at Kilgwin Estate. We have a lot of stuff that's going on there now. So there was an article that came out regarding the intent of Apple Leisure Group to construct this hotel here at Kilgwin Bay, at Kilgwin Estate. Now, from what we know, this has been something in the making for quite some time. And there was a stakeholder meeting that happened last year. Of course, the Chief Secretary also announced it at the World Travel Market, if I'm not mistaken. And he actually spoke about it at a few separate occasions about that hotel being built. Now, what's very interesting is the design of the hotel seems to mirror that of what Sandals was proposing at the Buku Golden Grove Estate a few years ago. If you remember correctly, Sandals was hoping to construct a several hundred-room hotel where you would have two parts, one for couples and then another part for families. Unfortunately, right now we are, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but, right now we are going to see another situation like that happening through Apple Leisure Group. They're hoping to construct this hotel that would have 200 rooms for adults only and 300 rooms for for families. And of course, this would be kind of like, you would have one major property linked by some of the restaurants. They have a plan for several restaurants, water park, bars, etc., pools. But it would be, it would have some separations. So, have some places that some of the accommodation will be more secluded for couples, as well as some family-friendly stuff. So it's very interesting to see that development. It's up for public comment, and this is why it's important. So viewers, you need to go, if you all are interested in what's happening, need to get on the EMA's website and, just view the documents for yourself to have an idea of what is being planned. Give your comments, because this is part of the process that Appalachian Group needs before they can get the environmental clearance, because they don't have the environmental clearance to construct. They are hoping that they can begin construction in 2023 if all approvals are given. However, what's needed for the approvals is, they have to go through the process of public comments and so on, public consultation. So if you want to know more, just go to the EMA's website and find out that information. What is concerning, of course, because we know that that area is filled with mangroves. And I don't know when last have you ever taken a drive down there, but the mangroves there are actually not doing so well. A lot of them are dying, unfortunately, and we know that mangroves are so important when it comes to protecting our coastline. And we have seen, what happens when we destroy our mangroves. With rising sea temperatures, rising sea levels, climate change, all of that, stronger storms, our shores are being battered by more rough seas and stronger winds. And without the protection of the mangroves, our shorelines remain vulnerable and flooding occurs, all these other things. And then the government has to spend a whole lot more money on coastal protection, when that money can be used for development, for social services, and all these other things that are very important within a society. So this is something that you need to pay attention to. Now, what is interesting is that the EMA noted that even though that there are plans within the documents or within the construction documents for Appalachia Group to ensure that they build with nature, they use methods that reduce the impact on the environment, there are still major concerns, because of course mangroves are the nursery for all of our fish, all of our crabs, all of our lobsters, all these things that that we need, that we consume, what our restaurants use and so on. All of our food, our seafood starts at the mangroves, because the fish, all the other sea creatures, sharks, everybody, they come into the mangroves to lay their eggs, and it's like that little nursery for the fish. At one point in time, the Environment Tobago had this one song that was done by Mr. Barry Lovelace about just all the different creatures that are found within the mangroves. And it was something that was usually taught to children, to students, whenever Environment Tobago engaged their students with their educational drives. So, and it all spoke about all the different fishes and everything like that use the mangroves for the nursery. And that's why it's so important to be a part of this conversation, because when the fish cannot come here to, grow their babies, so to speak, then they go somewhere else. Outside of, they probably go to another island, another country, and, we have to go further for our fish. Now, our capital of Paradise has been doing quite well, but they have been going to some pretty far distances to get the catch that they are getting. There are concerns about, we used to be able to catch a whole lot of fish near shore, but that's not happening anymore. Part of the reason why is because we are destroying some of the things on our coastline that helps make sure that we have that good stock of fish around. So whenever there are developments such as this, well, we want the hotel, we want the extra rooms. I mean, this is supposed to add 500 rooms to our room stock. Certainly something that we need to improve our tourism product. However, we have to balance that with our unique environmental needs and concerns. So it's left to be seen exactly how this would impact our environment. So for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge out there, take the time to go through the documents and see for yourself, and make the necessary comments. All right, so well, viewers, we've got a bit more coming up for you in the program, but we just take a quick break and we'll be back shortly.
A brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Tobago will never be the same. It's coming strong, but it's tired. This little piggy is tired. It's finally here, Tobago. The adult-only comedy that played to sold-out houses across Trinidad is finally in Tobago. One night only. Saturday, June 3rd at 8:30 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex. Tickets available at advertised outlets. Check press and social media for details. Tobago, the Bacadal Week.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
Feel it in the air from the time I wake. Spirits come alive when we celebrate. What we bring to life don't happen every day. Is a kind of high that they can replicate. This stage is beyond.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago.
Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Tapicom. Welcome to the future. The only card you will need in a new world. Digital business cards. Safe, hassle-free. The future is here. Tapicom, new generation digital transfer. Digital time clock cards. Digital attendance cards. Air tags. Customized designs. Digital clothing tags. Digital pet tags. Tapicom, the future is here. Contact us today.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Well, viewers, yes, we are continuing our conversations, and it looks like I'm having a very personal morning with you guys. Now, I want to turn to some news about what's happening with our autonomy. Now, this topic came up quite a few times at last week's town hall meeting in Mount St. George with residents of Mount St. George Goodwood. And, these residents, they were quite passionate. I don't know if you got a chance to actually view that town hall meeting, but you would have heard the passion in a lot of these voices. Now, autonomy has been something that's been a part of our conversation for so long, especially in the past decade, starting with, just the efforts of Mr. Orville London and that team there that went about together with Mr. Ho Choi Charles to sort of petition to Parliament to give us our internal self-governance. There were a couple of bills that went through. The last one is just they're sitting on the floor of the Parliament. We're not quite sure what the update is. All that we know, it got to Parliament, and during the debate, it sort of just stalled. And yeah, so we waited to see what happens. But in the meantime, now Chief Secretary Fali Augustine gave a very interesting update about what's been happening, because of course that was one of their campaign promises. That was one of those things that they fought very strongly on during the election time, that they are going to work on getting autonomy for Tobago, greater autonomy for Tobago. And as the time goes on, we see how many things are, problematic in terms of the relationship between the THA and the central government as set up under law, and how much it does restrict the THA from doing things that it should be doing or it can do to help with the development of Tobago. Now, Augustine stated that he is going to be ramping up things in just about a month's time. Now, what are those actions that he's going to be taking? He said it's going to be very forceful, and we are going to know about it. The public is definitely going to know about it. He did not say exactly what he is going to do. Now, it's left to be seen. But what is clear is that the people of Tobago are looking on. Now, if the few people that spoke up at that town hall meeting was any indication of what the feeling is like within the population of Tobago, is that you know what, we've been going at this for so long. We've been trying, calling for it. We've been going to consultations. We've been airing our views as a people, but yet we haven't gotten anywhere. And it seems as though, maybe the powers are not quite listening to us and are not paying attention to what we need to make sure that Tobago can get to where it's going. So, this is your chance to lend your voice to the conversation. The numbers are on your screen to call in, 284-6597 and 356-8833. Now, those numbers again, 284-6597 and 356-8833. So come on, so give us a call and let me know what are your feelings about, the autonomy situation. Do you have confidence that the Chief Secretary would be able to stir the pot, so to speak, within a month's time, that he would be able to do something forceful? And if so, what do you think he should do? What should those actions be? How should we stand up as a people and call for greater autonomy, greater power, so that we can really take Tobago forward? The legislation is, in its current state, it is very, very restricted for what we can do. Unfortunately, even certain things like, monitoring our marine parks, for instance, the Bucca Reef Marine Park, we can only do policy, but to legislate, certain things to put consequences on actions that some people are taking that are harmful to the environment there, we can't really do that. So that's why that's major reason why we need to have our greater autonomy. We need to be able to make certain laws for ourselves, because Tobago is a different situation than Trinidad. So, what do you think how do you think that the THA should treat with this issue? We've done it before where we've submitted bills. We've had so many consultations, way too many to count on the subject. It is clear. It is clear that Tobago wants more autonomy, but how should we go about getting it? What should we be doing differently? Do you have any confidence that Chief Secretary Fali Augustine would be able to do what he says and grab the attention of Trinidad, and not just grab the attention of Trinidad, the policymakers in Trinidad, the parliament in Trinidad, but to convince them to do what needs to be done to ensure that Tobago does have more powers? Now, even what's happening with, our security, in terms of national security, one of the things that we've been wanting is to have our own local police force, in the same way there are municipal police forces in Trinidad and the various regional corporations in the cities and the boroughs and so on. However, there was a bill that was sent down, I think it was perhaps in the early 2010s, a bill that was sent down to Trinidad about us being able to have our own police force. And that never got to Parliament. It was sent to Cabinet, as is prescribed as to how things should go. The Assembly can make laws, but it has to be sent down to Cabinet, which then needs to go to Parliament, which then needs to be approved by Parliament before going to the President for ascension. So we are hoping that maybe one day soon, those things that really affect us, we'll be able to have some control over it. So give us a call. The phone lines are open. Like I said, 284-6597, 356-8833, and give us your views on the matter. One of the interesting things that came out of that Mount St. George meeting was there was a gentleman who called for militant action, because we've taken the quiet and peaceful approach for more than a decade, actually since 1977, since Mr. A.N.R. Robinson and Dr. Winston Murray, the greats, brought that initial bill to Parliament in 1977. I mean, that talk has been around. And I mean, we've been very peaceful and so on. So he says that, maybe we should get very militant and, take what's ours. Now, that may be an extreme measure, but what are your views on that? So again, all right. So the numbers are on the screen, 284-6597, 356-8833. So you have a few minutes left to give us a call to see what's going on. But in the meantime, we are getting ready to wrap up this morning's show, and so we have a piece coming up. So yes, stay tuned to that. Thank you for viewing. It was such a pleasure being with you this morning. Have a safe and wonderful day. Please be aware that we are under an adverse yellow weather warning. So be careful out there on the road. Be very courteous to each other. Drive for you and the others there on the road. We don't want any more accidents. I think we've had our fill of some crazy accidents. And we definitely don't want any more of that. So that's it from me, Candice Jackson. And so we now go to a THA production.
Thanks a favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power.
Hey, I'm last off the bus today, and that's only because I'm rolling with the Commonwealth contingent that's on the island to tour some of the facilities and accommodation ahead of the 2023 Commonwealth Youth Games to be held in August. So stay with us, it promises to be fun.
As far as I'm concerned, the Commonwealth Games have well and truly started, because by the time teams come sending out their teams to do the reconnoiter, recce patrols, as the military people would say, they are already in games mode. They want to find out what the hotel accommodation is like, what the playing facilities are like, what the playing conditions are like. They're enjoying it, they're enjoying the experience so far, and also they're doing some serious work because they are doing formal reports and everything that they've seen, and so far everybody seems to be satisfied.
Everybody loves the hotels. Yeah, we even getting there saying, oh, I want to come here, I want to stay here. They prefer to be over here for the games. They're really excited about the saying at Magdalena and Mount Irving, and they love the Boko atmosphere, all the shore park facilities.
It's the first time I've been to Tobago. I really enjoyed the entire site visits, the facilities, the accommodation. Everyone was very nice. Everyone was very accommodating. The venues are acceptable. The island is beautiful. It's clean. It's refreshing. It's everything. It's one of these places that's like a little piece of paradise. Although I'm from Barbados and that's paradise, but it's a little piece of paradise. So this is the feeling of everybody. We have Guyana, Canada, Kenya, Northern Ireland. So that's how we felt. We had a really good time today.
It was a really fun group. We had a great time. It has me even more excited about what's to come in August for the Commonwealth Youth Games Tobago 2023. And of course, it's from August 2nd to 12th. So you don't want to miss it. And we at the Information Department will be keeping you abreast of all the happenings leading straight up to the games.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary.